What's going on, everybody, man? How y'all feel, man? Out there in Instagram land. It's another great day, Tuesday, May 4th right now. Wanted to drop a quick line on you guys, man. Wanted to give a shout out to everybody that's out there showing love and support. Wanted to get right into something that I believe is going to help a lot of ladies, a lot of people in general. This is really not specific to women, but when it comes to getting what you want out of relationships, these three keys, I believe, are going to be very, very helpful. What's going on, Deja Simone? I see you out there always showing love and support. These three keys are going to be extremely helpful for you to be able to understand what it takes to get what it is that you want out of relationships. And I think that sometimes things that we're looking for right under our nose, and most often than not, a lot of the times when we're looking for something, it could be within arm's reach and we don't even know it. So just to be able to understand what it is that it takes to get what you want out of a relationship, I think is a huge key. So I wanted to go over that tonight, right? So I'm also doing a broadcast tonight as well for everybody. If you are interested in tapping into that broadcast on Facebook and YouTube on my Male Translations podcast show, I got a couple guests. I got my brother Jason Bryan. I got two of my lady friends, Stephanie Wynn and also Dominique LaRue. We're going to chop it up on if women want the right man or a perfect man. So want to really tap in on what women are looking for when they speak about what they would do, what they would sacrifice, what they would be willing to submit to when it comes to being in a relationship with a man. So asking and getting not only a man's perspective and a woman's perspective, I believe, is going to be really, really helpful. So tonight we're going to go into that topic on, do women want the right man or do women want a perfect man? So we're going to have myself, my brother Jason Bryant, two women as well that are going to be advocating for women. I think it's going to be a very, very great discussion. That's 8 p.m. on YouTube or Facebook. Facebook is Relationship Healing. YouTube is my Male Translations page. All right. So please tap into that. Like I said, that's tonight at 8. So I know, Deja, you're going to be in that. I seen your comment the other day. We switched the date up on you. So, tonight we're going to chop it up, man. So I have a couple of friends, both male and female, to really be able to kind of create some balance for the topic. And like I said, the topic is, do women want the right man or a perfect man? So for everybody that doesn't know who I am, if you're new to my channel, new to my page, my name is Clarence Brown. You can call me Relationship Coach Clarence Brown. You can call me Coach Clarence. I'm a certified dating and relationship coach. All right. So I'm an author, a speaker, and the host of the Male Translations podcast, which is what I was just telling you guys about tonight at 8 p.m. YouTube and Facebook. What I do is I help men, I help women bridge that gap of communication and understanding, and overall help you improve your dating experiences. So what I'm doing right now is hopefully helping you improve your dating experience by speaking on, just real quick, the 3 ways that are going to help you get what it is that you want out of relationships. All right. So this, like I said, is hopefully a blessing to both men and women because it's not gender specific. But ultimately, I think these 3 keys are just small things that I think we overlook when looking to see the forest through the trees when it comes to relationships. So I'm not going to hold you too long. I'm going to go ahead and speak my piece and get out your way because I know, everybody got something to do. But let's dive right into it right now. What's going on? Blessing lessons tonight. When? It's going to be at 8 o'clock. It's going to be at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. That's on my Male Translations YouTube page. Go ahead, please subscribe to that. If you go into my story, you can check out some of the stuff that we've been dropping. I'm trying to drop a video every other day. So making sure that, you get your dose of comedy, insight, and honesty when it comes to male perspectives on relationships. And so you can go to YouTube there or Relationship Healing on YouTube. All right. So the number one thing. All right. And this is, I think, I'm going to say this time, this is in order, right? Go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and drop this website as well. Making sure y'all get that. And we're going to get right into it. I ain't going to hold y'all. It's 3 things. It's not too hard. Once I get my Wi-Fi right. But anyway, so it's not too hard. It's very, very simple. So here are the 3 things, right? Number 1, know what it is you're looking for and why. All right. Know what it is you're looking for. Now, that can be to a lot of people very vague, right? So a lot of people may say to themselves, I know what it is that I want. I know what the image of what I want in a relationship. And for a woman, it may be a man, and vice versa. A man might say, I know what it is in a woman that I want. I know what that image looks like. And so with that being said, you need to know what it is that you're looking for. But the biggest key to what I said is the word why. All right. You need to know why. You need to have context to be able to explain to people that are newly trying to get to know you why it is that certain things that you're looking for are so important, or why you prioritize those things. Because to a lot of people, that is the difference in a person determining if they're going to continue to move forward, or if what they thought you were to be or perceived you were to be is actually what they're going to be able to deal with. And you need to be able to show that, explain that, display that, so that they're clear on what it is that they're dealing with, who it is that they're dealing with, so that they're, feeling like they're not feeling like something just came out of nowhere, or you morphed into this new person that they never knew who you were in the beginning. So again, knowing what you're looking for and why, meaning you need to know what your definition of love is, if that makes sense, right? So, I know guys, we're not thinking like that. Oh, what's my definition of love? We're just thinking more along the lines of what it is that I like in a woman, what makes me happy with a female companion, what keeps me around and makes me want to keep that person in my company, or moving forward and becoming more serious and more committed. So what is that definition of love is what I say to my female clients, because I think that kind of forces you to ask yourself the three whys, right? And what I mean by the three whys is you need to, when a person were to ask you, hey, what it is that you want out of a relationship. Ladies, y'all ask this a lot to men when it comes to you guys becoming serious, or if y'all are dating and now you're thinking about becoming exclusive. One of the main questions that a woman is interested in finding out is, what is it that you want out of this relationship? Well, before someone even has to ask you that, you should be able to ask yourself that and answer that, to be able to say, okay, well, this is what I want out of this situation, right? And be honest about that. And the reason for that is because you want to at the very least, be able to give that person a why to the what. Meaning, when they ask you what it is that you want out of the situation, what it is that you want out of a relationship, why do you want a husband? Well, now you can be able to answer the why to those what is it? Now you can be able to explain why it may be so important to you, because now you've already assessed yourself to get a deeper understanding of what it is that is the reason for what you are looking for, right? Because these things matter. And especially, I'll give you a perfect example. When I was dating my wife, she had a thing about making sure she came into the house safely from her car in nighttime. Anytime it was nighttime, anytime it was late at night, if I'm asleep, she wanted to be able to call me and have me watch her go from the car to the door, make sure she got in the house safe. Right now, I was young. We got married when I was 26. So mind you, when we dating, we're in our early 20s. And for me, my mind couldn't wrap my head around why it was that the point of my stance was this: the car parking lot where she parked was maybe 20 steps from the doorstep. So in my mind, I'm like, why do I need to wake up out of my sleep just to see you walk in the door when I can hear your key fob. I can see you walk. I mean, not see you, but I can know that you're coming in. But she wanted that security. But when she explained why that was important to her, as far as her feeling safe, as far as, she want for her husband to at least see it to be important for her to get in the house safe, well, then to me that made me accountable to what I was as a quality of a man. So I'm saying to myself, well, even though I feel like still it's only but a few steps from the door, it was the principle. So her being able to explain why that was important held me accountable to being a better man, to say, okay, well, at least if you're going to give me so much benefit on your end, then I can at least do you the favor of making it important for me to make sure you get in the house safe. Right now, for a lot of people, that may be trivial. That might be something that's just petty. But to me, it made me realize that, okay, well, if this is the woman I'm dealing with, I have to accept that these are the things that are important to her. And she made it clear to me, and the ball was in my court at that moment. So this is what I'm explaining to you, is that you can put the ball in another person's court by explaining in detail the why behind the what. So now you can say, okay, well, I said this, I said that, and these are the reasons why they were important to me. So now it's up to you to see if that can be a standard that you can hold yourself up to, right? So that's number one. Know what it is that you're looking for and why. Okay, know what it is that you're looking for and why. That's one of the 3 ways that you can get what you want out of relationships. This is very, very pivotal, because a lot of people have a vague description or vision of what they want out of relationship and expect a person to fill in those blurred areas. And that is a lot of pressure. That is a lot of pressure, especially when it comes to new relationships. You're not going to be able to expect somebody to hold up their end of the bargain when, at the end of the day, they don't have to. At the end of the day, there are options to say, you know what, I'm going to choose something that's more easier for me to buy into, right? So that's something that you definitely have to consider. All right, so number 2, and for everybody that's coming in now or catching a replay, this is the 3 ways to get what you want out of relationships. Not gender specific, but ultimately these things they may be basic to some people, but yet if you sit and really think about it, these may be some of the real key areas that you may not even be emphasizing or prioritizing or magnifying to the extent where you can allow this to be a blessing to you and help you to direct you toward that person that ultimately is fit for you and that's molded for you, right? So, okay, number 2, we moving on, all right? And if you're getting something out of this, man, leave a comment. Let me get a thumbs up. Let me get some kind of interaction. Let me know that this is something that you feel like is good information or not. All right, so number 2 on the 3 ways to get what you want out of relationships, you got to be determined and assertive about getting what you want. All right, that's one thing that a lot of people really feel like is something that is a turn on, right? You'll have some men that say, hey, women, you know what, y'all ask for a relationship too quick. Don't speak about a relationship so quick. That's going to turn a man off. That's going to turn a man away. But at the same time, if a man has his mind on the same relationship goals, then that's not a turn off. And in my opinion, I feel like that's a better route than wasting your time with somebody that's saying, hey, just be patient. Don't put no pressure on me. And then whenever you had so many interactions and a lot of times y'all done had sex and y'all invested stuff into each other, and then now it's made known that, oh yeah, I don't really see you like that, right? I'd rather be cut off early than be strung along and let it be, built into something that really was never even, that's a flawed foundation. It's going to crumble eventually. Let me know off rip, right? So that's my thing. And as a man, I know people may call me, abnormal, awkward, unicorn, but whatever. But to be real to myself, like I never seen myself to be a person that was going to waste my time with somebody that didn't have the same goal or the same vision as me or was on the same path as me. So as a relationship coach myself, it may be different from some other people, different strokes for different folks. But for me, what I'm telling my clients is you want to be assertive and you want to be pushing for what it is that you want out of a relationship. Now, I do explain every situation is different. So when it comes to, okay, Clarence, when do I bring this up? When do I bring it up? Then we talk about that and we strategize and come up with a plan to say, okay, well, this is when we're going to discuss this particular topic. This is the most effective time to actually discuss this, right? But without that, I'm not just about to say, hey, don't, just be patient and let it play out, only for it to play out not in your favor. Like that to me, I don't play my life. I can't live my life like that. I wouldn't ask anyone else to. So number 2 is be determined and assertive about getting what you want. But all right, now this is the caveat here, okay? But no, it's not skipping. But also, okay, hold yourself accountable to doing what it takes to attain or achieve your goal. All right, that's the thing right there that I think gets lost when it comes to being assertive, being, pushing toward, okay, if I want to be married, I need to find somebody who's looking to be married. I need somebody that's, not ready, not trying to play games. Okay, cool, right? But at the same time, are you going to hold yourself accountable to doing what it takes to achieve that goal? Meaning, if I'm a man, right, and I know that one of the main requirements and expectancies and expectations of me is for me to be a provider, then I wanted to put myself in a position where I'm able to do something to stand out, to show that I'm able and capable of providing and sustaining a family financially as a man. So when a woman meets me, I want to be able to show that just by how I move, how I interact. And for me, I don't know, like I said, this is just me personally. The dudes that I come up under, they will say, bro, like, you get yourself situated before you think about, approaching, before you even looking like that. Why? Not because, it's not to say that, hey, you didn't have needs or whatever. You always going to be pursuing a woman because as a man, that's just part of it. But at the same time, you're not going to be putting yourself in position to be looked at as an inferior or less than, or, not able to be looked at as an honorable man. So this is how I was brought up. This is how I was raised. Again, different strokes for different folks, but it don't matter if it was woman or man. This is my truth. This is how I came up. So in my mind, I'm saying I want to get my chips right. I want to get my situation right because I don't want to be looked at as a clown or lame or broke or, you know what I mean? Like my thing is I'd rather be respected than liked. So for me as a man, I want it to be respected by my peers and by by the opposite gender. So this is why I wanted to hold myself accountable to what it is that would help me attain my goal and achieve my goal of attracting a woman of a certain quality, a woman of a certain cloth. You dig what I'm saying? And that was just my thing. So I'm going to say the same thing to anybody else I come in contact. And with you guys, I want y'all to hopefully be able to take something from that. The number two thing is, out of three ways to get what you want out of a relationship is be determined and assertive about getting what you want, right? That means that, hey, if you are dating a person and they decide to, hey, you know what? I told you I didn't want a relationship. You know what? This ain't it for me. You asking me too many questions about this. And you know what? I can't do it. Click. Okay, good. Because that person was going to be a waste of time if you continue to invest your time in that person. You wasn't getting what you wanted in return. That's a bad investment. I wouldn't do that. You dig it? So that's what I'm saying. But on the other end, be also able to hold yourself accountable to doing the things that it takes to attain that goal. So that means that if it means that getting your mind right, getting your spirit right, getting yourself mentally, spiritually in position to be able to maintain a healthy relationship and do your part, then that's what you have to do, because when that person comes or when you do meet someone, you want to make the most of it so that you're able to get exactly what you want out of relationships, which is what I'm talking about today, right? So let me know. Deja Simone said, good info, thanks. I appreciate it. I just want to know, make sure this is good, good ground to sow in your time to be able to hear what I'm saying, right? So the third thing out of three things is don't get attached until you close, all right? We're talking about 3 ways to get what you want out of relationships. Okay. This is, I think, especially for the ladies. All right. Don't get attached until you close. Don't get attached until you close. What does that mean? All right. When you think about buying a house, they always tell you don't get too attached to the house. Why do they tell you that? Why do they tell you not to get attached to the house when you go to buy a house? Right. The reason being is because until you close, you don't really have that house. All right. So when we talk about the 3 ways to get what you want out of relationships, number 3, don't get attached until you close. All right. That means that until you actually are exclusive in a relationship, committed, made a commitment that y'all moving together, y'all acting, y'all showing and proving each other that this is the direction that y'all want to move in, you can't get too attached. By too attached, I also mean you can't be giving it up to everybody. Right. So even though I believe that sex does bind people, it does connect people, you can't get that attached until you close, because what the problem is with a lot of ladies is one of the major complaints is that men are dogs, men only wanted sex, men only wanted this or that. Well, if you give a person time long enough, their mask gonna get hot and they're gonna have to reveal who they really are. Right. That's number 1. Number 2 is that if you get too attached to that person before you close, now you're setting yourself up for the okie doke. Now, when that mask comes off, you already attached yourself. And now, instead of seeing it for what it is, or seeing that person for who they are, you're attached to what you saw and you want to change them back to what you saw. This happens all the time with ladies in relationships where you'll call Clarence and say, hey, Clarence, this person is like this. This is my situation. These are the results I want. Then when we start our coaching, we get into it. Come to find out this person doesn't have these qualities. This person isn't going to be willing to come in and counsel with you. Isn't going to be willing to sit down with a coach and be able to go over certain things. A person doesn't have these. But again, we find that out later only to realize that what you wanted is tougher to have, because why? It's a manipulation, and it ain't always gonna mold to your favor. It ain't gonna always be so flexible for you. So it'd be better for you to not get too attached until you close, until it's actually what it is that you're trying to move into, as opposed to you attaching yourself to something, or changing, switching up on you, or the relationship wasn't real. You didn't invested so much of yourself, invested so much of your body, then all of a sudden now you really realize that the person's like, you know what? Hey, listen, that's not the vibe I'm on. Hey, remember we talked about this, da da da. Now you feeling like you played, like this money bag, yo, you played. Why? Because in your mind, you saw something building, you saw something being created, and you now want to claim that, but the other person doesn't want to claim you, if that makes sense. Right? So don't get too attached until you close. All right. So you don't get attached before you close on a relationship. Also think about this, right? When you going for a job interview, most of the time, if I'm going for a job and I already have a job, if I'm in a better position to negotiate because I'm not desperate, I'm not in a survival mode, I'm not thirsting for this new opportunity because I'm already eating at my place of an establishment currently, right? So I'm not going to get too attached to something until I have it. Why? Because I'm good right now. And a lot of the times when you are single, when you are without somebody's company, you become more of in a survival, a desperation mode for companionship, and you will take anything, as opposed to being able to say, you know what, I don't eat everything. You know what, those are too much calories. Ooh, you know what, if I want to eat this, at least I want to like it, right? If I'm going to take the calories, I'm not just going to eat everything. Ooh, pork, that's, you know what, right? Not all the time, right? Bacon, but everything, I just kind of, I eat bacon though, right? You see what I'm saying? But you're able to be more selective. You're able to choose more because you're not attached to everything. Because why? You need to close. You need to actually have a standing commitment to honor before you actually give so much of yourself. You know the statement, but what grandma told you, right? So all I'm saying is the 3 ways to get what you want out of a relationship. As a recap, I'm going to go through them. Number 1, know what it is that you're looking for and why, and why, and why. The why is the caveat. The why is the important part. Know what you want. Don't be vague. The why breaks it down to make it more specific. So now when a person asks you, what it is that you want out of a relationship, you're able to tell them and you're able to explain to them why it's important. So now they're able to have a detailed description of not only what you said, but why it's important to you. So now they know if they do something that goes against that, then they know that it's bro, I already told you, this is important to me, right? Now, not to say that people are perfect. I think that you can give a person chances as long as they're making an effort to show that they're doing right by you. But at the same time, those things help to hold a person accountable because you have the whys to the whats. You have the whys to explain and give answers to why you want a husband or why you want to be married or what you want out of a relationship. Ladies, y'all good at asking it, not good at answering it, right? So, number 2, be determined and assertive to get what you want. That's one thing a lot of ladies have an issue with, measuring and judging. When should I ask? When should I be asking for a commitment? When should we be talking about that? We've been dating for X amount of time. I don't want to just be out here and left in the cold. Be assertive about getting what you want. Ask those questions. Figure out if y'all still on the same page as time transitions throughout the relationship or throughout you guys just dating, because you don't want the train to leave and then you be like, oh, wait, I didn't even know I was late for the ride, right? Also, hold yourself accountable. This is the second part of number 2. Hold yourself accountable to doing what it takes to attain and achieve your goal. Don't just want something and not be willing to get something or put in any work, because it ain't going to come like that. Everybody know relationships are work. We want everybody else to work, but we need to be able to look at ourselves and be honest and be truthful. Have those mirror moments and, Tony Yayo, and really be able to look at ourselves and say, okay, well, these are the things I need to do in order to make someone else happy and want to be in my life, as opposed to me just saying, be in my life because I'm going to show you. No, you need to be able to be willing and show, hey, what areas I'm going to be willing to step up and back that up. Number three is don't get attached until you close. As I said, with the house buying analogy, you never get attached to the house until you actually have those keys and that's yours, right? The same thing I gave you with a job analogy. When you're going to get a job, you're not going to be thirsty. You're not going to be in a survival mode to take anything. You're in more of a position to negotiate and be able to say, okay, well, since I'm not losing anything, I'm not losing any checks, I'm not losing any food off my table. If I want this better opportunity, if this does show and prove to be something that's worth my time, then okay, well, I want to make sure it's worth my while before I give something else up. So never get too attached until you close. Women get too attached before they close on a relationship too often. So these are 3 ways for you to be able to get what it is that you want out of relationships. And that's just me just trying to basically bless you guys. I hope that these things were able to help you out, especially just those that are out there still looking for love and not having the success that you want. These are some of the things that I preach, the things that I speak to my clients about, and I hope this was able to help you as well. So I'm out. It's Relationship Coach Clarence Brown. I need y'all to go by the website, check out my free quality man versus low quality man checklist. That's for you ladies to be able to understand the difference in how great men date and low frequency men date, low quality men date, some of the questions that they ask, some of the statements that they make, some of the places that they frequent, some of the places that you can go to increase your chances of finding a quality man over a low quality man. All that is within the checklist. And also I have an online course right now, Attract a Quality Man in 30 days. That's for the ladies to be able to really hear from the men what are the reasons, what are the things they're looking for in women they decide to date and ultimately marry. And it's also going to break down in more detail some of the things that get women tripped up when it comes to being able to determine if they're with a quality man or not. And again, break down those differences so that you're able to really be able to prepare yourself and equip yourself with the knowledge and insight to be able to position yourself ultimately. Because what it is, when I say attract a quality man, I'm not talking about chasing a man. I'm talking about position yourself. And ultimately, by you being able to create the aroma of a man that attracts him to you, these are some of the things that the men are saying. So I did the work for you this past year in 2020 with what I was able to do virtually and reaching out to over 200 men. But enough of that. Y'all go to my website, relationshiphealing.co. Is pinned on there right now, and I appreciate y'all time. I'm out. I'll see y'all tonight at 8. That's on Male Translations YouTube page. I need all of y'all to go over there and subscribe that. Like I said, I'm posting every other day. Get your comedy, get your insight, get your honesty, male perspective on relationships. Just something to keep you entertained on a daily basis. Go over to that. That's tonight 8. We're going to be talking about, do women want the right man or a perfect man? I need to know that, ladies, so I need y'all to tap in. I got 2 women that's going to be on my panel, and I got another one of my brothers, Jason Bryant. He's going to be on the men's side. It's going to be battle of the sexes. We need to actually find out, do women want the right man or do women want a perfect man? So tap in. It's going to be streaming live on YouTube, Male Translations Podcast, and Relationship Healing on Facebook. All right, so I'm out. Holla, be blessed, stay safe, stay healthy out there, and I'll see y'all tonight. All right, peace.